Live from Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue, this is the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich. Brought to you by BMW. Test drive one at your local Dallas-Fort Worth BMW centers and take advantage of exclusive offers. Credit Union of Texas. Be a part of something unexpected. CUTX.org. Experience more. The Lyle School of Engineering, offering master's programs through on-campus and distance education options. Visit lyle.smu.edu. Also by Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue. Find your comfort zone. And by Ruthie's Rolling Cafe, voted the best grilled cheese in Texas. Here is your host, Rich Phillips.
Hi, good evening. Welcome to another week of the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich. I'm Rich Phillips here at Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue, just across Central Expressway from the SMU campus. Thanks to everyone coming out. Great crowd here tonight. And hello, Coach. How are you?
I'm good, and I just want to say thank you to everyone that came out tonight. I cannot believe how many people turned out. It's just amazing. I've known for a long time we have great fans, but this is a whole nother level. So thank you all for coming very much.
Yes, indeed. And coming to see you after definitely a tough day, a tough week, and a tough day at the office yesterday. I got to tell you, Coach, yesterday morning or whatever it was, early afternoon, when we came over to see you for pregame, Alan Stone and myself, I was as down as we've seen you. And I think with good reason, too, because you had just gotten the news that yet another guy had gone down, and that made quite the tall task for you yesterday afternoon.
Well, and yeah, and I mean, this has turned completely surreal for me, honestly. This season, and for this reason, I've done this. Been coaching for over 30 years now, and played and followed it for more than that, and never, ever, ever, never have I seen anything like this. I asked our whole staff, I said, can you remember, not just teams you're associated with, I'm not just talking about the teams I happen to be, any team ever, anywhere that could possibly touch this, and no one could come up with it. So it has gotten surreal. We just keep, we just feel like we just keep taking a hit. It started at the beginning of the year in a way with Okoye being out for so long, where we needed him early. We thought, he was going to be there in November, but we worked our way through that and fought our way through that with limited numbers, and then of course the week of Wichita when we lost Everett, and of course Jure in the first couple minutes. We're thinking, gosh, how much more can we take? And then, well, come to find out there's more. And you probably figured this out if you watched the game closely. The truth is we had, 3 starters out of the game and 1 reserve in Everett not playing. We didn't have Shake, we don't have Jure, we don't have Everett. That's 3 starters off a team. But the truth be told, we really didn't have 4 because I don't know if you probably could tell, Benny Malagu could not shoot a ball.
Right.
So we had a body. He looked like him, but that's all. So really, we had 4 starters out, and I mean, I've never heard of this, and so yeah, you're right. When I heard the news of Everett, it was
Ethan.
I'm sorry, of Ethan. I just can't even believe what we're dealing with. What these and I always go back to our players because their careers are short. A coach has many years. I got many in the past, and hopefully many more in front. But for them, this is their time. This is their time, and it just kills me. It just absolutely kills me. And also knowing that we're getting ready to go out and play the 6th ranked team in America, one of the very best teams in all the land. Who, by the way, we found this out today. I'm glad I didn't know it yesterday. It would have been even worse. In the last 16 years. In the last 16 years of all college basketball, they have the 4th most efficient defense in the last 16 years.
Man.
Number 4. That is unbelievable. I want to call Mick today and congratulate him on that. Think about that. That's 350 teams times 16 seasons, and you're number 4 of defensive efficiency. That's how good they are. So when you find out you're going to have 4 starters out, you already have limited numbers, and you're going to play that. It's not a great afternoon.
So let's start off with a health update. You had practice today, I presume, with the guys?
Well, you would presume, but we did. I'm not being funny. I'm not making this up. This is where it gets surreal. We couldn't practice today. We only really had 3 guys that we felt like could practice, and you can't really have a practice with 3 guys. So we didn't practice.
Okay.
What we're hoping beyond hope is that, come Wednesday, that Benny Malagu will be able to, to perform like himself, or even remotely like himself, and that Ethan can possibly play, and that all the other guys that are dinged up, that we can, field the team. But for me, what's doubly frustrating, and has been for weeks, this isn't just now, it's magnified right now, but we can hardly practice, and you can't get better if you don't practice. You don't, and we need it desperately, and you need reps, you need habits, you need live action, you need teaching, you need instruction while it's going full speed. You don't just need talk. Right now we just talk, and talk only can go so far. It doesn't build habits. So that's why every single day I'm just so, it's honestly times 100 million the most frustrating situation I've ever been through. I feel powerless sometimes. I want to coach and help them, but we can't practice. We couldn't practice today. We need to practice so we can get better and so we can prepare, but we can't practice. And that's why I say this is surreal. I've never experienced this in my life. I swear I feel like, you know what I feel like? I feel like a YMCA coach, that I come there, I'm going to go, hey, is Johnny coming today? And somebody said, no, Johnny's mom had to work. Johnny's not coming. Okay, how about Mel? Is Mel coming? No, Mel stubbed his toe, so Mel's not going to be here. But we do have Bob, and Bob's cousin might come here and work with us. That's what I feel like. I feel like I'm at the Y, and sometimes I feel like we're just playing rec ball anyway because we got guys, nobody knows what position and all that. So honest to gosh, I feel like I have trained as a YMCA coach right now. That's how I feel. And if you feel my frustration out of that little rant, then good, because that's exactly how I feel right there.
Part of what's so surreal,
Thank you. I had to get that off my chest. I feel a lot better now.
What's so surreal about what's going on is, okay, Shake hurts his hand in a game, Teray goes down in a game, but Everett breaks a foot in warm-ups for a game, and Ethan in shoot-around yesterday hurts his ankle.
Yes.
And when do guys because I know some fans, I know some of you have seen shoot-arounds before, but most of you haven't seen shoot-around. It's not really a contact practice.
And that's what I want to make sure that everybody, because everybody's wondering, well, what are you doing in shoot-around to get a guy hurt? How dumb are you? You only got 7 guys. What are you doing at shoot-around?
People ask me, why were they practicing?
We're shooting.
Well, of course.
We're shooting. Yeah, we don't ever guard anyone. We don't ever do anything with any contact. And, I mean, that's, like I say, that's one for the ages right there. And I don't want to make fun because he's a heck of a player.
Sure.
And what bad luck. But it is to the point where you can't even make this stuff up, really, honestly. And I would challenge somebody just for curiosity, no other reason, to go into the histories of college basketball. Has anyone ever had 3 or 4 starters, four out of half their team out? Has anyone ever had this happen? And the first thing, if I hear it, I'm like, oh my God, they must be killing them over there. They need to dial down their work. And it's like, we're not even practicing. We can't even really have, even the whole year, we've never been able to have the kind of the high level practices that you're used to come October and November, when you get a team ready and you get them tough and you get them all these things. We never even could do that this year, honestly. And that's what's so amazing, that you would think that at least we would be rewarded for the lack of intensity and hours that we couldn't work, that we would be rewarded with healthy guys, but it hasn't worked out that way.
This is the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich, talking SMU basketball here tonight at Ozona Grill and Bar. Every week you can ask the coach questions during this show. Submit them one of three ways. Hit the Ask the Coach button on SMUMustangs.com. You can submit your questions on Twitter using the hashtag FastTrack, or join us live in person Monday nights at Ozona Grill and Bar from 7 until 8. You can submit your questions with a member of our staff here on site from the audience. All right, well, we will talk a little bit more about the two games from last week, Coach. We'll do that coming up next year on the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich.
While you're enjoying SMU basketball, More Disposal and Recycling Services is busy managing your trash. We do the dirty work so you don't have to. More Disposal offers complete waste management, from equipment purchases and installation to service and maintenance, all completed in-house. No job is too big or too small. We also offer Paper Retriever, a free paper recycling program for schools and churches. Call 214-357-HELP and let's talk trash. That's 214-357-HELP. Family owned and operated by SMU alumni, More Disposal supports SMU basketball. Pony up!
Business is a game, and if you want to win, you have to be faster, smarter, and more focused than the competition. Which is why SMU Cox offers the Fast Track 1-year MBA, designed to launch your career in just 12 months. Learn from world-class faculty, study with driven peers, and connect to a global alumni network spanning 80 countries. The Fast Track 1-year MBA, a major career highlight, only from SMU Cox. More online at coxgrad.com.
When it comes to your signage needs, trust the experts at Fast Signs North Central. With more than 50 years of knowledge, Fast Signs North Central will help provide you with a true turnkey experience. From branding and design work to complete production and installation, let Fast Signs North Central make your vision a reality by calling 214-890-4444 or find them online at fastsigns.com/11. Fast Signs North Central. More than fast, more than signs. Highland Park, Preston Hollow, and Lakewood Emergency Rooms, the official freestanding ER of SMU, and your neighborhood no-wait ER. With 3 facilities conveniently located near you, we're able to provide the Dallas area with upscale, quality care for all your emergency needs. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Visit HighlandParkER.com for more information. Highland Park, Preston Hollow, and Lakewood Emergency Rooms. Pony up.
He's down and might be out for the season.
What if basketball players had warranties? It's not pretty when you see your star player go down. It could change the whole season. But what if players had warranties? Like the 2017 Nissan Titan with America's best limited truck warranty. They'd be up and running in no time. Take on today. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the SMU Mustangs. Call 1-888-858-8319 or see dealer for limited truck warranty details.
There are Mustangs fans, and then there are Mustangs super fans who pony up with an official SMU toll tag. That's because nothing says hail to the red and blue everywhere you drive like an NTTA SMU toll tag. Just $19.99. To get yours, stop by SMU Parking and ID Services or any toll tag store location. The SMU toll tag from North Texas Tollway Authority. Get there smarter.
Welcome back to the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich. Rich Phillips, the head coach of the SMU Mustangs here at Ozona Grill and Bar every Monday night from 7 until 8. Brought to you in part by Go RVing. Go all out when you go RVing. Make plans to see your team outscore, outshoot, and outplay at every game this season. Plan your epic road trip at GoRVing.com. The SMU Mustangs will be back on the road this week. Actually, back at home first Wednesday night. A late start, 8 o'clock. For our Valentine's Day special, SMU against Memphis at Moody Coliseum. And then set your alarm on Saturday, Coach, because it's a 10 a.m. Central Time start for us in Orlando, 11 a.m. Eastern against UCF for the Mustangs this week. Last week you had a road game Thursday and a home game Sunday. We talked a little bit about that home game a moment ago. The road game Thursday night down at Houston, 67-58, the Cougars with the win. That was one. I told you I was not at the game last week. My other job had me out of town, and I'm watching on my phone at the airport. We're doing fine. We're up. And the plane takes off, unfortunately, with about 12 minutes left in the game. And what I feared might be around the corner, I guess, kind of what happened. The thin roster kind of gets to you a little bit down the stretch.
Well, maybe, and certainly that could be. I hate to just say it that way, but I thought we played great. I thought we played great for 35 minutes. I thought. I mean, I couldn't Houston is undefeated at home. You know, and we're shorthanded. Had freshmen, 3 freshmen in there a lot of the time, and played great. I mean, just did so many of the things we felt like we needed to do. Didn't rebound. You know, we're so small, which is not an excuse. We're not rebounding the ball very well anymore. We're trying, but we're not doing a great job. But good enough, and we came out the second half and extended into a lead, and couldn't have scripted it better. But the last 5 minutes, we missed, I think, 6 shots, turned the ball over, and they got hot. Their best player finally got hot. We had him in check the whole time. He was really struggling, and we were doing a great job. They had another guy go crazy. Brooks went crazy, but that was okay, And honestly, I couldn't have possibly hoped for a better 35 minutes. It just we just couldn't hold the fort the last few, and as I said, we pretty much went dry offensively, and that gave them confidence. And Rob Gray's, the best scorer probably, or one of the best 2 or 3 anyway in our league, and he finally got it going late.
What I took out of watching that game, too, was that Elijah Landrum started to get a little more comfortable, but I really thought, man, that was exciting to see what William Douglas is going to have to offer your team. He really started to find his shot some more.
Yeah, well, that game, he had double figures.
Uh-huh.
That's always a big confidence builder for someone, and he's really young, too, by the way. William is very young in age, and I'm always sensitive to that. The 1 more year or 2 more years is significant when you're 18 years old. At my age, it doesn't really matter. It's a minute and a half, but when you're that age, it's a significant deal. You're a different person, much different person 1 year later. William's very young, and he's a really, really, really hard worker. He's one that has kind of bought into Shimmy's work ethic, and that was just, hey, he gets up in the morning, and he's over there shooting and working on his game. He's improved like you can't believe, skill-wise, shot-wise. Sometimes it hasn't totally shown up in the game it did the other day, but I just think he's got a heck of a future, because when you're really athletic and you're really tough and you really care and you put in tons of extra time, those guys never fail. I've never seen one. There's only a few things I believe that I'm positive about. Okay, I've coached a long time, that I'm positive. A lot of the other things you believe strongly, but one I'm positive about, I'm absolutely positive that a young man that's got athleticism and tremendous heart and toughness and will and works like crazy, they always succeed. They always do. I haven't seen one yet. Not one. Not one guy yet have I seen with those qualities not succeed. I've seen some guys go from someone that I thought wasn't even worth a darn to a great, great player that had those qualities. At the same time, I've seen guys that come in with, tremendous talent and hype and all this and that, and they don't have that. They don't have a great work ethic. They don't really have a great heart. They're not great competitors, and they're certainly not that interested in, they think they're already good enough, and so they don't do that everyday diligence that is what really makes greatness. And I've seen some of those guys become, far less than maybe what people thought. So give me those hungry guys any day of the week. I want a whole team full of them. We've had a bunch of them here over the last several years. We try our best to recruit only those type of guys that the game is really, really important to them, and that they understand that the only way you get anywhere is through an incredible amount of hard work. So William fits into that category.
I felt bad for him yesterday, because when he had to go in and play in the middle of the zone with guys like Gary Clark and Kyle Washington and number 13 Trey Scott out there, I was like, that's just an unfair situation he got forced into.
Well, this is some more YMCA, okay? This is some more YMCA stuff. I had this horrible dream the other day that I was coaching a college team at. No, I guess it wasn't a dream. Never mind. That wasn't a dream. I'm sorry. I'm back. But no, honestly, the YMCA part of this is literally in the locker room. We didn't know positively. Like after shoot around, we still had a little hope that maybe Ethan could play. We didn't know, and it's over. The shoot around's over, and so when we came back, it was swollen, and so it was, it was obvious you couldn't play. So literally in the locker room beforehand, we're trying to figure out, well, okay, we don't have Everett, we don't have Dre, we don't have Ethan. So who could possibly play like in this spot right here, like right here? And we're like raising hands. Look, I think I could fake my way through it. This is major college basketball,
yeah,
okay?
we know.
Major college basketball that if you do it right, okay, if you do this right, it's practiced, it's rehearsed, it's studied, it's repped, it's filmed, it's critiqued, it's criticized, and we do it all over again. That's what real college basketball is. And we're in the locker room going, anybody know that position by any chance? Because we got to, fill in. Does anyone know, okay, when we take Benny Malagu out, does anybody know how to get this over here? And I swear to you, that's what we're doing. And that's why the only word I have, and I keep saying, is surreal. It's even beyond what you can imagine in the middle of all this. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm really not, because it's not funny, but it is amazing. It is going to be it is going to be the all-time experience of my coaching life for sure. It already is.
Well, playing in the middle yesterday is going against, I think, best player in the league maybe this year, Gary Clark.
We've always loved or hated, love-hate.
Exactly.
Gary Clark. Last year we were all stunned, not that who makes the all-conference team, but I know the players care about that kind of stuff. But neither Clark nor Evans last year made first team all-league. And for us, for our money, they're their most talented player. They're their best two players.
No doubt.
Neither one made it. Two of their other guys did, who are off. That shows you how good they are. Two of their other guys did, but not those two. But Clark's amazing. He's so tough. He's an amazing offensive rebounder, amazing scorer, passer. Now he's shooting threes. He can do a little bit of everything. And the one thing, like a little bit like us last year, nobody's averaging, a whole ton of points or whatever, because they've got a lot of good players. And when you have a lot of good players, that means, shots get spread around. And so he's not putting up 20 points a night. He could. And they don't play him 37 minutes, and they could, but they've got a lot of guys and all that. But he's a great player. You're right. I really appreciate him, and he seems like a first-class guy as well. I don't know him well, but just in talking to him, every now and then, bumping into each other in the back, behind. I'm a fan of his for sure.
But I'm fine if I don't call another game he plays in, unless it's a Sunday game in March we play.
Yeah, I never want to see him until he throws an NBA uniform on. I'll go watch him. I'll pay to watch him.
This is the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich. We're here every Monday night at Ozona Grill and Bar from 7 to 8 talking SMU basketball. We're going to talk about a little bit of a different subject, though. The whole the landscape of transfers in college basketball. SMU certainly has benefited from that in the last few years. We'll talk about that next year on the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich.
Mustangs basketball season has arrived. And our good friends over at the Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue have the perfect spot with the best patio in town. So head on over to Ozona and watch the madness unfold on TVs while eating some great West Texas favorites and drinking some ice-cold drinks. Again, that's Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue. Look them up at ozonagrill.com. That's ozonagrill.com. Pony up, SMU.
The all-new BMW X3 was built for those who desire more passion, more exploring, more leaving your comfort zone and never returning. With iDrive 6.0, available safety features like active blind spot detection and xDrive intelligent all-wheel drive. Because for some, more isn't a maybe, it's a must. The all-new BMW X3, capable of more. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Test drive at one of your local Dallas-Fort Worth BMW centers and take advantage of exclusive offers.
There are Mustangs fans, and then there are Mustangs super fans, who pony up with an official SMU toll tag. That's because nothing says hail to the red and blue everywhere you drive like an NTTA SMU toll tag. Just $19.99. To get yours, stop by SMU Parking and ID Services or any toll tag store location. The SMU toll tag from North Texas Tollway Authority. Get there smarter.
Are you really into citrus? Ever been rolling down the street, sipping on lemon juice? Do you like bergamots and you cannot lie? You down with vitamin C that grows on trees? Are you really into citrus? If the answer's yes, roll into Central Market's Keeping It Fresh Citrus Fest, dropping January 10th through 23rd, featuring the largest selection of big, bold citrus, plus items like Chipotle Lime Salmon, Meyer Lemon Marmalade, and more. Info at centralmarket.com. Visit our 5 DFW locations.
When it comes to your signage needs, trust the experts at Fast Signs North Central. With more than 50 years of knowledge, Fast Signs North Central will help provide you with a true turnkey experience. From branding and design work to complete production and installation, let Fast Signs North Central make your vision a reality by calling 214-890-4444 or find them online at fastsigns.com/11. Fast Signs North Central. More than fast, more than signs.
Outfan, outchant, outnumber, outcheer, out pregame, out tailgate, out road trip. Go all out when you go RVing. Make plans to see your team outscore, outshoot, and outplay at every game this season. Plan your epic RV road trip at GoRVing.com.
This is the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich. I am Rich Phillips, with the head coach of the SMU Mustangs. Every Monday night from 7 to 8 at Ozona Grill and Bar. We're brought to you in part by the Mustang Band, the hub of SMU Spirit. And now you can show your spirit by joining the Diamond M Club. Memberships are open to all Mustang fans, and we encourage you to join by visiting DiamondMClub.com. That's DiamondMClub.com. Help support the all-volunteer Mustang Band. And we will hear them on Wednesday night playing courtside when the Mustangs host Memphis at 8 o'clock tip at Moody Coliseum. Transfers in college sports, particularly in college basketball, seem to be absolutely dominating the landscape these days. And there's no doubt in the time you've been here, both as the associate head coach and the head coach, SMU's benefited greatly from it. This list of players, they've been okay for us, I think, right? We start with Nick Moore. He was all right. Marcus Kennedy, Jordan Tolbert, Jimmy Witt, Ben Amelagu, Okoye Gal, and a guy named Shimi Ojale. I think that's the primary transfers in that we've had. There have been a couple others along the way.
Yes.
But and we see it at so many other schools around the country where guys are transferring in, transferring out. And one thing I've wondered about that is there a recruitment process that can and does go on with guys that are transferring like that?
Well, it is recruiting. That's exactly what it is. I would be a hypocrite if I didn't tell you that I favor transfers. You know, I'm very favorable towards transfers. And the reason is I transferred, and I'm not proud to say that I transferred, but I went to one school, and after 1 year, I felt like it was not, you know, maybe the perfect fit for me, and won't go into all that, but then I went to another school. So I actually lived this, and what I learned from that time, and this is another reason I really think it's healthy in a lot of ways, is when you recruit somebody as a transfer, they are so much more in tune with what matters and what is important, and not the ridiculousness of what honestly what gets sold to, what got sold to myself. I'll just say me. I was so what a naive idiot I was at 17, and just hook, line, and sinker, whatever somebody wanted to sell me, boy, I'd buy it. This is important, and having no idea, none, what was important. Like once I got there, what was going to be important. And after you've actually been somewhere and you realize, okay, so this is college athletics. This is what it's like to go to college and play on a basketball team. Now I know what it is I'm looking for. And because of that, it's very enjoyable to recruit transfers, because they get it. You're speaking the same language, and you don't have to show them, how great your locker room wall looks, or the Coke machine or something. Boy, that's a fancy drink machine you have, and like that's going to make you happy when you get there. It's about, hey, what's the coach like? What's your team like? What's the style of play? What's just the nuts and bolts of the things. And so I'm in favor of it, and I also think it's great from a recruiting standpoint. You get a better evaluation. You've seen these guys not in AAU or not in high school. You've seen them play college basketball. So what better way to evaluate someone? I wish there weren't so many transferring. We're up 700, 800 a year are transferring. I wish it wasn't that many, but I do think transferring is healthy. I don't think that you should have 13. Most programs have 13 on scholarship. Okay?
What's that?
Yeah, that's the rule. Okay, that's the rule. But I don't think you should have 13 on scholarship and 3 guys rarely ever get to play and their career just goes by. And I don't think that's healthy. I think they should go try to find somewhere where they get to play. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I'm pro transferring. I really wish it wasn't quite so many, but there a lot of times it's for good reasons. What I don't like, in fact, what I despise is when there's some there's some undercurrent things that go on in trying to get a guy to leave or to steal a guy. I've got a very, very, very close friend in coaching that it's just tragic. They stole his player. I mean, they did. I won't mention names, but it was completely illegal, hard to prove. And they just stole his player, and it goes on a lot, and it's a terrible thing and very hard to police. So that's the negative side from my standpoint. But I do like it.
When it comes to recruiting a guy who's transferring, I mean, do you have to wait until he's released from scholarship? Is it like a whirlwind type of recruitment
that's
that
a
goes
great question. Yeah. So what happens? You're not supposed to be able to contact anyone on another roster. You can't legally. But what happens is if a young man decides he wants to transfer, then he will get what's called a release from that school. And sometimes the schools can say, well, we'll only release him to these or those or whatever, but he'll get a release. Once we get that release, then that allows us to talk. So what a young man will do a lot of times is he'll send releases to 25 schools or 10 or 4, whatever, that he might be interested and see if they're in return interested. An interesting story, you mentioned Nick. The most amazing one I've ever seen was when I left Illinois State. There's zero chance that first of all, I didn't think Nick would want to come with me. I thought he'd be so mad that he'd be like, you left me, the heck with you, Yeah. And that's the way most people would be. I mean, I think I would be that way. I hope not, but I just there was no way. It almost never, ever, ever, ever happens where a young man's coach leaves and they say, well, I'm going to go where you go. So when I left, I thought I was saying goodbye for good. But I also knew even the remote chance that somebody would want to come, which turns out several did, but there's no way the school ever, I've never seen a school release players to the coach who just left. Right. I've never seen that. And so through the fourth party, there people are telling me, Nick wants to come with you, Nick wants to come with you, and I just told the fourth party, I said, look, I would love to have him come, but there's no possible way that Illinois State's going to allow that. They're just not going to do it. There's no way, because they're going to think that I tampered, that I intentionally tried to get him to leave, which I didn't do. I actually tried to get him to stay. I wanted those guys all to stay together. Well, a month or two passes, and he just keeps, they're adamant, through the fourth party, like he wants to come. I said, well, he's got to get a release. And honestly, he went in and shockingly, I think they just figured, well, he's going to leave anyway, so what the heck. But I'm telling you guys, it's a 1 in a million where a school would allow a young man to go where the coach who just left, just left him, and they allowed him to come here. So, the fate, look what he did for our program. My God, he's the greatest winner I've ever been around in 30-some years, and we have the athletic director of Illinois State to thank for that, because I'm just telling you, it doesn't happen. I'm still blown away that they allowed that to happen.
They probably looked at him and said, he's 5'9". What's he ever going to do for us, huh?
Well, except they saw him play his freshman year.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He got about 25 the second half at Wichita, by the way, his freshman year, in the second half, okay? So, yeah, they saw that. They saw him get 30. They saw him,
Yeah,
they had a pretty good idea. Yeah, they figured that out.
Those mid-year transfers, though, like Shimmy Ojale was, I mean, that's got to be a very quick process.
That was, I'm trying to remember exactly how. It happened fairly fast. Remember flying up there, to Kansas, which, for everyone else that's foreign territory. To me, it's home. So went to up to Ottawa, Kansas, not too far from Lawrence, where I had spent a lot of time. And his family, amazing family, and they're very close. And his brother had actually played at Kansas State, and he was there. And he was really. He was beaten down. He was frustrated. He actually, believe it or not, if you can believe this, he was actually considering just quitting basketball. Can you imagine?
Wow.
Think about this. It's one of those stories. You hear those quotes and stuff. It's like, you can't believe how many times, I'll probably say it wrong, how many times a guy quits just on the brink when it was just going to explode. And you kind of read and go, oh, whatever. Nobody ever does that, right? But he was about to quit. And instead, he did, and then he ends up being, third-team All-American or whatever, and he goes to the NBA, and he's playing. The next thing you know, you turn the TV on, he's guarding LeBron about his second game, and it's like, oh, my gosh. First game, I think. It was first game. I think his first game he was guarding LeBron, if I'm not mistaken. So good thing he didn't quit. Yeah.
Probably a good choice on his part.
Pretty good.
It's been working out for him so far. All right, this is the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich. We'll have our Ask the Coach segment coming up next here from Ozone.
Tired of searching online for custom catering companies? Looking for someone who can craft a special menu for your event? Look no further. The Festive Kitchen has it all. From on-site lunches and drop-off catering to daily handcrafted food for your employees. Let the experts at the Festive Kitchen design a game plan for all of your catering needs. The Festive Kitchen also offers daily food shop specials, weekly entrees, and seasonal food shop menus. Find us at thefestivekitchen.com. That's thefestivekitchen.com.
The all-new BMW X3 was built for those who desire more passion, more exploring, more leaving your comfort zone and never returning. With iDrive 6.0, available safety features like active blind spot detection and xDrive intelligent all-wheel drive. Because for some, more isn't a maybe, it's a must. The all-new BMW X3, capable of more. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Test drive at one of your local Dallas-Fort Worth BMW centers and take advantage of exclusive offers.
When you need executive transportation that's on time every time, go Win. With Win, booking, making changes, and managing your account is easy. Use the Win app or book online at gowin.com. Win specializes in corporate transportation to accommodate today's business travelers. Professionally trained and background check chauffeurs, up-to-date vehicles, 24-hour reservation service, vehicle and flight tracking provide the unsurpassed service our loyal clients have come to expect. Your time and your experience is our passion. Visit gowin.com to book. That's GOWYNNE.com.
J. Paul Roofing is not your ordinary roofing company. We see every job through from start to finish. We are licensed, insured, bonded, have an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, have served Texas since 2010 with multiple offices around the state, and are a proud partner of SMU Athletics. Do you have damage from that last storm or just need your roof replaced? Visit jpaulroofing.com to schedule a free consultation and mention SMU for $500 off. At J. Paul Roofing, if you're not satisfied, then we're not finished.
While you're enjoying SMU basketball, More Disposal and Recycling Services is busy managing your trash. We do the dirty work so you don't have to. More Disposal offers complete waste management, from equipment purchases and installation to service and maintenance, all completed in-house. No job is too big or too small. We also offer Paper Retriever, a free paper recycling program for schools and churches. Call 214-357-HELP and let's talk trash. That's 214-357-HELP. Family owned and operated by SMU alumni, More Disposal supports SMU basketball. Pony up!
Business is a game, and if you want to win, you have to be faster, smarter, and more focused than the competition. Which is why SMU Cox offers the Fast Track 1-year MBA, designed to launch your career in just 12 months. Learn from world-class faculty, study with driven peers, and connect to a global alumni network spanning 80 countries. The Fast Track 1-year MBA, a major career highlight, only from SMU Cox. More online at coxgrad.com.
Welcome back to the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich. I'm Rich Phillips at Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue, Monday nights from 7 to 8 and on 770 KAAM, talking SMU basketball with the coach of the Mustangs. And it is our Ask the Coach segment that's brought to you by SMU's Lyle School of Engineering, offering master's programs through on-campus and distance education options with tuition reductions available for military personnel across the globe. Check it out at lyle.smu.edu. All right, Doug sends in a question online this week. Coach Jankovich, my wife and I are huge Mustang fans, and we are amazed at how positive you continue to be during this time of adversity. My question is, how do you approach each day with the team when it's so easy to be negative?
Thank you for that. That's a great question, and it makes me think really hard. I guess I'm so far out of the experiences I've ever had. I'm so far out of the book of coaching. I'm on a whole other island right now because I've never seen, talked to anyone, experienced what we're going through. But honestly, what I try to draw from is what my parents taught me, basically. I have the greatest parents that anyone could ever have, and I hope that you all feel the same about yours. But, I was just raised that no matter what, you do your best. No matter what's thrown at you, you keep moving forward. No matter what, you don't become someone that you're not, or become ugly or whatever. And I can tell you, this tests you. What we're going through right now, I've not been ever tested even remotely close to this because we're prideful. We're prideful. We want to win. And we've and it's public, and it's painful, and it's painful for our players. And so the two things I try to do is draw from my parents what I was taught. And this is the way I've always tried to coach. No, I lied. This is how I've always tried to coach since my son was born. Once I had a child, I realized the world is a lot different than I thought, and the sun, believe it or not, did not set and shine on my butt every single day. I used to think that, but then once, and many of you can probably relate, once you have a child, it's like, whoa, this is a whole different deal. And then I started to see our players differently, and I saw them as someone's child. And then I took it, and it made it more meaningful for me to coach. Honestly, I don't think I would be coaching this long had this not transformed for me. If it was only about winning all these years, I think I would have got out, because after a while, that's not a purpose. But I think somewhere along the way, once my son was born, I started looking at it that, I love the competitive side. I love to try to win and compete and all that. But I also love the fact that now I have this big family. And these are like kids. These are like your children. Not quite, because it's not blood, but I really have always tried to coach them as if they were my own. And I want to treat them like I would want my son to be treated. And so I think that dual thing is what keeps me from just completely coming unraveled, which, trust me, there's been, some moments when, it's all I can do. But I don't think negative is where it needs to go. I think it's one of the most incredible teaching moments of my life, of their life. And this is really what we talk about as much as anything is like, let me back up. Every year I try to tell them about adversity. Everybody's so wonderful. Everybody's great when things are going great. Guys are fun to coach when everybody's winning and everybody's patting each other on the back. And just like life, everybody's great when everything's going well for them and they're happy and all this. But you know what? The big bad wolf is out there. He's always out there. This is life. And if you're in basketball, he's going to blow your house down sometime. And if you're in life, you're going to blow your house down a whole bunch. And you got to learn to deal with it. We talk about that every year, all the time, and I try to get them to say, you're going to be faced with so much adversity in your life, you're not even going to believe it. Well, little did I know that we're going to get this lesson way, way, way quicker. And so that's what we're talking about now is like, guys, this is as much basketball adversity as I can ever imagine you ever getting. And how are you going to handle it? Are we going to get negative? Or are we going to act like, are we going to be like a winning team with the right attitudes, the right effort, the right camaraderie, the right culture? Or are we just going to break it all apart and just, go our separate ways? So that's what I'm drawing on. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I know. But I appreciate too. I'm on a tangent now, so you got to just sit here and listen to me, I guess.
That's what I'm here for on Monday nights.
Don't fall asleep in the middle of this. Don't. I don't want to put you to sleep because I won't know how to carry it. But
trust me, what I do on this side's not that hard. So.
But I also want to say this. There were two things. I lost my train of thought, but one of them is I was blown away, and I just the fact that all you guys would show up today after that, and after what we've gone through, a lot of places people just like, you guys, you look terrible, and we don't care, and so it amazes me that you guys are here. But I saw something the other night. Yesterday. Feels like 6 nights ago. Okay, so yesterday, and I think I read it right. Okay, and if I didn't, I'm gonna think I did anyway, because it's like, a lot of places, if you're out there and we're not playing worth a darn. We can't make a shot. I think we were 1 for 18 from 3 at one time, and we're, the lead is getting bigger and bigger. And I look up, and I tell you what, an awful lot of people, which I would never, ever, ever, ever have dreamed. A lot of people were staying there and acting, and what I read was they care about those darn kids. That's what I read. That, like, forget how many points you're behind, or, hey, that they actually get it. And I'm telling you, a lot of places, they don't get it. All they get is, well, did you win or did you lose? They don't get anything else. They don't. I've coached at a lot of schools. Believe me, they don't get it. They don't have a clue. Our crowd looks so knowledgeable to me. I may be reading it totally wrong. Maybe everyone didn't want to get out in the cold. Maybe they were waiting for something else. Maybe there was a giveaway late in the game that I don't know about. I don't know, but all I know is I felt like the reason people stayed was they were going to support those young men, and I tell you what, that means the absolute world to me. And I will not forget that. So I appreciate if I read that right, and I think I did.
Well, I think you did, because Doug, who sent in that question that got you started on your tangent, he did add here that we as fans are simply amazed at your demeanor towards our players and the example you're setting. Please know we appreciate how you represent SMU and exactly what we want and who we want heading our program. How about that?
That's amazingly kind. Thank you. Amazingly.
Thanks to Doug for sending that question in online. All right, we got to meet the enemies, 2 of them, coming up next year on the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich.
J. Paul Roofing is not your ordinary roofing company. We see every job through from start to finish. We are licensed, insured, bonded, have an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, have served Texas since 2010 with multiple offices around the state, and are a proud partner of SMU Athletics. Do you have damage from that last storm or just need your roof replaced? Visit jpaulroofing.com to schedule a free consultation and mention SMU for $500 off. At J. Paul Roofing, if you're not satisfied, then we're not finished.
You expect high performance on the Mustangs home court and when you're on the road. That's why from the highway to the showroom, Park Place dealerships bring you the high performance experience you deserve. 18 luxury dealerships across the Metroplex, dedicated sales experts who cater to you, luxurious amenities that make every wait wonderful, and a commitment to high performance excellence that makes Park Place feel like your place. Park Place, proud sponsor of SMU basketball. Learn more at parkplace.com.
We're here with Ruthie the Pig from Ruthie's Rolling Cafe. I hear you were voted best food truck in SMU, in the Park Cities, and the entire country. What's next? What you're saying is people can book Ruthie's for a private event. That's a great idea. Ruthie, since you're a pig, I have to ask, you do know that there's pulled pork and ham on the El Cubano sandwich. Where you go? No, stay here. Don't leave. Well, Ruthie must be headed to your private event.
Highland Park, Preston Hollow, and Lakewood Emergency Rooms, the official freestanding ER of SMU, and your neighborhood no-wait ER. With 3 facilities conveniently located near you, we're able to provide the Dallas area with upscale, quality care for all your emergency needs. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Visit HighlandParkER.com for more information. Highland Park, Preston Hollow, and Lakewood Emergency Rooms. Pony up.
Here at SMU, it's all about you, the student athlete. The mission of Mustang U, built by Platinum Series Homes, is to create an environment which enables the student athlete to take charge of their development, cultivate transferable skill sets, and foster holistic growth as they prepare for successful life when they leave the hilltop. The vision of the Mustang U program is based on a foundation created through personal and career development, leadership, and community service. For more information on how you can make a difference, visit smumustangs.com/life skills to learn more. Mustang U, building champions for life.
Slater's 50/50 is baking it rain on Lower Greenville with our famous 50% beef, 50% bacon burgers. In fact, there's nothing we won't put bacon on. Milkshakes, wings, bacon ketchup for our tots? Yeah, we do that. So brunch on our rooftop or catch happy hour with 50 taps and all the big games on TV. Slaters5050.com. Burgers, bacon, beer.
It's the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich. I'm Rich Phillips. Every week on the show, as we talk SMU basketball, we have a look ahead presented by the Cox School of Business, offering the new Fast Track one-year MBA designed to launch your career in just 12 months. Visit coxgrad.com for more information. The Mustangs will have 2 games this week, beginning Wednesday night at home, and it's the only time that we will see the Memphis Tigers this season. And actually, oddly enough, they played the other team we're going to see this week just yesterday. Central Florida, I believe, picked up the first win they'd ever had at Memphis yesterday afternoon, 68-64. First on Memphis, I was telling you, I looked down their roster and stat sheet. I'm like, Coach, I don't know these guys. They got a lot of different players on this team.
Yeah, they do. They dip pretty heavy into junior college, and they also, their leading scorer is back, and he talk about a guy that's improved. I think he's leading the league in scoring, if I'm not mistaken. I think he overtook Rob Gray, so he's a guy that, last year was a good player, and now all of a sudden he's turned into a tremendous player. And like I said, they've really loaded up with a lot of junior college players. They're big. They go 6'8", 6'8", 6'8" across the front line. They really do a great job of pushing the ball probably as fast as anyone. They rebound very, very well. And the scariest part, the thing they do best, they lead the league in free throw attempts. They get fouled a lot. They're very aggressive. They're not a great shooting team, and they make up for that with the speed they come up the floor and the way they drive the ball with size. They drive the ball with size, and they draw an awful lot of fouls, which obviously is, that's the first thing we look at right now is how many fouls the other team draws, because, when you're limited in numbers, got to keep your guys in there. So that's a little bit scary. Obviously, rebounding is another thing, another issue. They're really big. We're not right now, and so we've got to find a way to kind of level the rebounding.
And then Saturday on the road in Orlando against Central Florida, a team you beat back early in conference play right before the New Year, I believe, was that win at home. How different are they, though, since losing 7'6" Taco Fall to injury?
Well, I was telling we were in our staff today. We were all talking, and I said, there should be some basketball god karma here, okay? Because way back when, long before we ever had all this going on, I kept saying, people have no idea how great Central Florida would be if they were healthy. B.J. Taylor was hurt when we played him. He didn't play against us. And Johnny Dawkins' son is a great player, and he's out the whole year. So when we played them, they were without 2 players, which for me at that time I kept telling everybody, this is unbelievable that someone could have 2 of their best 3 players out. I mean, I've never heard of this ever. And then, of course, Taco goes out, BJ's back in. But still, if you look at it, aside from us, this was one of those, like, for all time. This is a team that could have been whatever. And I just think we should have been rewarded with my empathy towards them. But we got none of that. But so the one thing is, at least you can maybe get a shot off inside of 6 feet now, which you never ever could get one inside of 10 feet. At the same time, you got a great point guard. BJ is back. He's great. He's one of the best guards in our league without question. So the other thing is, they're still a great defensive team. They're with or without him. They're big, they're long, they're athletic. He does a great job coaching them defensively, and it's a hard place to score for sure.
Does that start time concern you?
Yes.
Because it's 10 o'clock to
10 o'clock.
Our guys.
10 a.m. I know. It's very much so.
Yeah.
I mean, that's we'll have to trick them. We'll set all their clocks, we'll get their phones and set all the clocks in their room different, make them think it's much later than it is.
Nobody's going to get hurt shoot around on Saturday, right?
We're going to cancel all shoot arounds from here on out.
Well, you're not going to shoot around at 7 a.m.,
We're not going to do anything. We're going to carry them to the bus. That's what we're going to. You don't even walk to the bus. We carry you to the bus now. We have wheelbarrows. We just bought them. We have wheelbarrows, and we just wheel you right in there. And we're gonna minimize all risk that we possibly can. So feel good about that.
Are we gonna have to trade off who's pushing? Like, do Alan and I take turns too? Or?
No, you're gonna do it all. You're gonna be the pusher, and I'm gonna watch.
All right. Well, I'll see if I can push anybody into the gym on Saturday when SMU plays Central Florida. And be sure and see us Wednesday night when SMU hosts Memphis at 8 o'clock at Moody Coliseum. We'll wrap this one up coming up next year on the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich.
Mustangs basketball season has arrived. And our good friends over at the Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue have the perfect spot with the best patio in town. So head on over to Ozona and watch the madness unfold on TVs while eating some great West Texas favorites and drinking some ice-cold drinks. Again, that's Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue. Look them up at ozonagrill.com. That's ozonagrill.com. Pony up, SMU.
The score's tied up. The clock's winding down. The Mustangs pull up for a last-second shot, and yes!
That's when you feel like this is your team. At Park Place, we work hard to make our luxury dealership feel like your place. With an unmatched lineup of world-class cars, dedicated sales experts always there for the assist. From championship-level dealership amenities to flawlessly executed technology, experience the thrill of victory at your place, Park Place. Learn more at parkplace.com.
Are you really into citrus? Ever been rolling down the street, sipping on lemon juice? Do you like bergamots and you cannot lie? You down with vitamin C that grows on trees? Are you really into citrus? If the answer's yes, roll into Central Market's Keepin' It Fresh Citrus Fest, dropping January 10th through 23rd, featuring the largest selection of big, bold citrus, plus items like Chipotle Lime Salmon, Meyer Lemon Marmalade, and more. Info at centralmarket.com. Visit our 5 DFW locations.
The Learfield Directors Cup honors the nation's best overall collegiate athletic program in each division, men's and women's sports. The prestigious award continues its reign as the crowning achievement in college athletics, noting the remarkable efforts of student athletes and their institutions. To follow your favorite team, like us on Facebook. Find us at USA Today online and on Twitter at ldirectorscup.com. Over 2 decades of excellence, the Learfield Directors Cup.
Our final segment this week of the Fast Track is brought to you by Nissan. A win for your team is a win for you, too. There's nothing quite like it except driving a Nissan. Visit ChooseNissan.com and take on today. Nissan, a proud supporter of college athletics. Well, the name of this segment is supposed to be Keys to Success. So the key is get everybody to game time.
Practice.
Yeah, on Wednesday. But just to recap from the top of the show, of course, a lot of guys out yesterday with injury. Status update you have on any of the guys here? Ben Melagu wasn't out, but was dinged up late in the game. Shake, Milton, and of course Ethan Chagwa.
Yes, yeah. I would doubt Shake will play. I'd be very surprised. It is kind of a day-to-day, but then again, it could be a week-to-week. It's not something that like it's any minute, but he's trying to work through it for sure. It's very sad. It's just very sad to watch that. Obviously, we know Everett's out, of course, for the year, and Dre out for the year. Benny Malagu, very hopeful that he'll be much better Wednesday than he was yesterday. And then Ethan, the same. Well, he's going to be better than he was because he's we're rehabbing round the clock. But what his status will be, I'm not sure yet. But obviously, fingers crossed.
So, yeah, what are the keys to success?
that numbers. But even then, I hope this doesn't sound like an excuse, but let's say Ethan plays. Well, that means he hadn't done anything for 4 days,
right?
4 or 5, and neither as our team has practiced just once, and it'll be very short because we got only limited numbers. They're going to play major minutes, and so this sounds like an excuse, but it's just so frustrating because we could improve this group. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Even with the limited numbers, if we could grab a hold of it and get some practice time, a couple days in a row, extended time, we could get better. But right now we can't even do that, and so that just compounds. Like for me, obviously the injuries are frustrating, but the fact that, my gosh, well, let's get the guys that we can, and let's get better. And unfortunately, we're not able to do that. So it's a double-edged sword right now.
It's not an excuse. It's unfortunate reality is what it is.
Yeah. And but people, I feel always bad to say stuff like this because you know what? We all have our own problems, right? I mean, these are mine. You have yours. Everybody has problems, and most people only care about their own, and I don't blame them. So I hate going into that, but I'm just trying to explain, as best I can, what we're dealing with and what's going on.
Well, we'll see you again Wednesday night, 8 o'clock at Moody Coliseum for SMU in Memphis, and I'll have it right here on 770 KAAM as well. Again, Coach said it. Thanks to everybody who came out here tonight.
Thank you, guys.
Great
very
to see
much.
everybody.
Unbelievable.
We'll see you next Monday night here for the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich.
On the Mustang Sports Network, live from Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue, the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich has been brought to you by BMW. Test drive one at your local Dallas-Fort Worth BMW centers and take advantage of exclusive offers. Credit Union of Texas. Be a part of something unexpected. CUTX.org. Experience more. The Lyle School of Engineering, offering master's programs through on-campus and distance education options. Visit lyle.smu.edu. Also by Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue. Find your comfort zone. And by Ruthie's Rolling Cafe, voted the best grilled cheese in Texas. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Mustang Sports Network.